All right, when a marriage ends, the fight sometimes becomes about the house, but I think it's a wrong fight because it's not the house that actually can wreck you. It's the loan. And I've watched this one mistake wreck so many women, and I don't want that to happen to you. You know, when you think it's all behind you and then you realize, no, you missed one of the bigger parts. And it's only because no one told you. So if you're going through a divorce or you kind of think one's coming, the big D is what I call it, and you think the lawyer has the home and the paperwork all handled, I don't want you to be disappointed. So let me be the one to share with you, no, that may not be true. You could lose years of your credit, potentially even being able to buy your next home over something you didn't even know. I'm Tammy, been in the mortgage industry for over 20 years and have helped well over 2,500 home buyers across the United States. I went through a divorce myself, now have 5 kids, remarried, but I had the advantage of being in the industry and knowing how to do things the right way. And I want to make sure that you have that person too, which is now me. I've sat with women who thought the big hard part was behind them, only to find out, oh my gosh, it's still following me, the nightmare of it all. So here's what I promise you. By the end of this video, you're gonna walk away with what the divorce papers do and do not handle, how the loan can totally wreck your credit, and 3 ways that you can actually get free. I call it getting divorced from the loan as well, not just your spouse. And the first one is the one that most women get wrong. So stay with me. Number 1, the paper that ends your marriage doesn't end the mortgage. Let me explain. So when you get divorced, the dissolution of marriage ends the marriage, but it doesn't mean it's going to end the mortgage. So here's what very few understand. The divorce decree itself divorces you from your husband, but not from the house. What almost no one understands is the divorce decree is when you divorce your spouse, but the mortgage is between you and the bank. You see, the divorce decree doesn't have the bank agree to it. So they're 2 separate things. So when the judge says he gets to keep the house, awesome, except the bank doesn't know this, and nor does the judge tell the bank. So if both your names are still on this loan, you still have a financial responsibility for the home itself, whether you live there or not. See, the divorce decree doesn't move you off the loan. It just tells your ex that he's supposed to pay for it. And this is where it gets a little trickier. You may have heard of a quitclaim deed, and the attorneys say, no problem, we're gonna take your name off the home. That is not totally incorrect. Your name will come off the title. That's what it's quitclaim deeding you off title. But it is not removing you from the loan if you are on the mortgage itself. So you could be completely off title, moved out of the house, totally going on with your baddie self, and then here it comes to rear its ugly face way down the road, because you were still on the mortgage, on the loan, but not on title, and no one explained the difference to you. It's 2 different things. The title means you own the home, but the loan means you owe on the home. And remember, those are 2 separate things. Owning the home is title, owing the money is the loan. 2 papers, and they do not move together. This is happening all over. You're not alone. This confusion is so big, there's even a report on it from the CFPB, because so many homeowners are getting tangled up in this current situation. And I don't want that to be you. So here's your next move. When the attorney says, here, sign this, and the home goes away, I want you to ask the very specific question. Is this taking me off the loan or off the title, or off both? Write that down. Is this taking me off the loan, off the title, or off both? Okay, you may be thinking, okay, so my name's on the loan. No big deal. I'm done with him. I'm done with the home. I'm done. Wonderful. I'm glad you're out of not a good relationship for you, but that doesn't mean that you've been taken off that loan. You're like, all right, so what? So my name's on the loan. Big deal. Well, here's so what? Because that leftover loan doesn't go away quietly. It actually follows you. And that's number 2. This leftover loan is like a silent tax on your future. First, your credit is still impacted by your ex's decisions. And I know you're probably like, how is that even possible? But it's because if your ex doesn't make this payment on time and you're still on the loan, do you know your credit score could drop up to 100 points? And if he stops paying, the bank can actually come after you. Remember, the mortgage and the money is separate from the title. That money is still owed and you're still on the liability for that. I mean, you did nothing wrong. Even if you're paying support to him, if he doesn't pay it on time, that could potentially be a credit hit for you. Now, the second is actually the mortgage, if it's still in your name, is still actually a debt of yours. So I may have to count that as a debt. So imagine you've divorced him a few years ago, you've moved on, you've now built a beautiful life, and you're ready again to go buy a new home. And now you go to qualify, and a lender tells you, you don't qualify because we have to count that whole debt. Now, sure, there's ways around that, but it would involve your ex being cooperative and showing regular payments. I don't know if we want to depend on that. I don't know if you still want to be financially married to him, even though the divorce is final. And I've watched this play out because no one explained it. And again, I was here myself, and I don't want anyone else to go through this. Just know the difference. Reach out to me. This is what I do all day long. You have a confidant in me. I can walk you through what does it look like if you want to go buy a home and maybe you're in the middle of a divorce or you see one coming. The right questions to ask, the scenarios as they play out, and when's a good time for you to know the next step is meant to be. So this week, what I want you to do is pull your own credit report. Maybe you got divorced a few years ago and you're not sure. What does it look like? Pull your own credit report. Go to www.myannualcreditreport.com. It's for free. You won't get your scores, but that's not what you're looking for. See what liabilities are reporting in your name. You may even find a joint credit card that you forgot you had, and you want to make sure that that is split up as well. If you have that knot in your stomach and you're not sure, reach out to me. It's what I do all day long. And subscribe to the channel so that you can get tips like this or share them with your friends, because this is what I do every week. All right, number 3. These are 3 ways that you get free from the divorce and from the house, and just make sure it's as clean as possible. All right, so first option is you can do a refinance, which is just restructuring the loan on the home. Sometimes this could be a solution on how you pay out your spouse. So that's called a cash out refinance. What that means is you're pulling some equity, some of the value out of the home so you can pay your spouse the appropriate amount you may need to pay them out for their portion of that asset. As you refinance this person off, then it's just you on the loan, it's just you on title. That could be a potential option for you, but make sure that you can still afford the payment on your own. And you may be getting some support yourself. Maybe you're paying them support, and we'll analyze all of that for you. But a cash out refinance could be your first option. Option 2 is an assumption. Typically, this is only allowed on government loans, but this is where the person keeping the home and staying in the home, also keeping the loan, can assume previous terms, right, when both of you are on the loan. And now, again, you have to make sure that this is something that your loan can do. So reach out to me, and I'm happy to walk you through that. Option number 3, to sell. This may be the bravest option, but it's also the cleanest one. You walk away, there's no house left, there's no mortgage left, and you're free. A house you can't afford alone is an anchor. It's not a prize. Now, I want to say this clearly because I do care, and it's about my license as well. This is how these loans generally work. So take it with a little grain of salt. It really is specific to your individual situation. Reach out to me. I was the woman on the other side, analyzing all the things, overwhelmed. Oh my gosh, the just spontaneous crying in a Starbucks. I don't know if you've been through that. Or how about at a gas station? Or you're listening to, like, you're jamming out in your car and you're listening to amazing songs and you feel amazing, and then boom, that one song comes on and I don't know why, and it all of a sudden triggers you. There's a lot of things that are going on with a divorce. The house is just one of those other things. I've been through what you've been through. I've been through this. I may know some of the emotions, and I just don't want you to go through this alone. There's other women like me who are willing to help, and if for nothing else, just help clarify for you. So here's your move. Write down the 3 options: refinance, assume, sell. And then next to those are more clarifying questions. Refinance, can I qualify on my own? Assume, is my loan assumable? Sell, what proceeds or how much would I walk away from the sale? Just remember, you want to be the woman asking the questions, not just signing whatever someone puts in front of you. So let's tie a bow on it. The paper that ends your marriage doesn't end your mortgage. The title and the loan are 2 different things, and the loan is what follows you. And there are 3 ways to truly get free. You refinance, assume, or sell. And that's getting divorced from the loan, not just your spouse. And listen, I know some of you are carrying this all on your own. There's maybe a lot of shame that comes with it, but I want you to know you're not alone. I've been there. So many other great women have been there too. And you're not starting from zero. You're finally getting the information that you should sooner. This video isn't for the woman who wants to pretend that it's going to work its way through. It's for the woman who's taking control back of all aspects of her life. So tell me in the comments, did you know that the divorce decree does not take you off the loan? I'd love to see them, and I read them all, so let me know. And if this helped you, subscribe and share it. I'm walking through material like this every week. And now if you're in the middle of this right now, go pull your credit. See what loans you're responsible for, not just the home loan, but what other obligations you're responsible for. Go pull that credit. You got this. Let's go build a life that's truly yours.